So here we go. I'm going to share my screen.
If everyone can just please mute their phones as well for this part, we will take Q&A at the end.
Okay. Yes, just unmute if you want to say something.
Healy, the wearable for your well-being, health and fitness. Well-being, vitality, as well as physical and mental health are among the most important things we possess. In order to support you in all these ways, we have developed Healy. Healy is a wearable device. Healy applies a range of frequencies and subtle currents that stimulate cell function using electrodes. Healy contains 144,000 different frequencies, which have specific effects on humans. These gold frequencies were developed in collaboration with Nuno Nina, a Portuguese therapist and researcher who has used them to treat thousands of patients in his international clinics for over 20 years. Based on these gold frequencies, Healy contains more than 100 special sequence programs to support the treatment of various disorders and other areas of life. These programs are called systemic programs in the Healy app and are labeled with the abbreviation CYST. The centerpiece of Healy is the quantum sensor that individually selects the gold frequencies that are best suited for your needs. The systemic programs are always the first choice for almost any area of application, as they focus on balancing the cause of a condition. This is why these programs are not applied locally, but in most cases in a holistic way, using the bracelet electrodes. The frequencies are designed to energetically affect the entire system in an integrated way via the upper body and its organs, glands, and the nervous system. These programs can have a duration of 45 minutes. Their goal is to stimulate and balance you at deeper levels. So take enough time and rest when you use the Healy. Your health should be worth it. If you need quick help, Healy has a lot of programs for this too. In cases of acute pain, emotional distress, stress, or insomnia, use the acute programs, which are applied via your earlobes. To summarize, you should first apply the systemic programs. If necessary, you can complement these with the acute or local programs. The Healy frequency programs should perceivably help you after 20 minutes, whether applied at home, at work, during leisure time, during sports, or on the go. Using Healy regularly will let you experience its full potential. We hope that you are going to enjoy your Healy and experience increased well-being and vitality.
Okay, now we'll go ahead and get started on the presentation. I'll let you take over, Tammy. Oh, let me unmute you.
You got, okay, you can hear me now, right? Can you hear me now, Vanessa?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great, thank you. So what we are introducing today is a frequency device, and the picture of it is on your screen. It's a small, portable, and wearable device that actually will introduce and let's say when you wear it, it will actually take frequencies that are in a medical cloud, and it will help you with your health. So we're going to go into that a little bit, but let me start with how this actually gets started. So it's all social selling, and social selling is really, it is direct sales, but it is the fastest route to the end consumer. And that's one thing that the company realized when they wanted to get this out to the field. They realized that the fastest route to the end consumer is through word of mouth advertising. So they chose the direct sales method in order to help them launch this and get the word out in regards to Healy. So Healy is created by Marcus Schmieke. That's the gentleman that you're seeing on your screen right now. And Marcus has been an inventor. He has kind of a spiritual side, but also a scientific side, and has meshed those together. And so basically how this all started was back in about 2001, he started developing a technology called Time Waver, which has been on the market since 2007. And the Time Waver technology was originally created for practitioners. And there's probably about 30,000 practitioners out there, and that actually have a Time Waver device and actually have utilized the Time Waver since 2007. But what Marcus wanted to do after that after he developed the Time Waver, he actually wanted to develop a device that someone, the average person, could use in the comfort of their own home. And so through his talks with different people in the industry, one of them being Dr. Nuno Nina, he is a doctor from Portugal. And so the two of them kind of married their science together and started to create the device called Healy. And one of the things that they knew was that they would need financial backing. So they brought on board a guy by the name of Christian Helper. He is an entrepreneur. He's a multi-billionaire. And he is the founder of a $15 billion super hedge fund. And Marcus and Dr. Nuno Nina, they actually brought this technology to Christian and said, you know, would you be interested in investing in what we have here? And Christian only invests in green, sustainable technology. And so I love that because it's conscious capitalism and just obviously, you know, bringing into our world globally something that actually could heal. They realize the wave of the future is frequency medicine. And so Christian was on board when he heard about it. And so collectively, the three of them basically from that point forward started to develop and put together this company called, well, it was Time Waver and then obviously added Healy. So Healy, Time Waver, same company. And that company's been around, it's a German company, has been around 13 years. Dirk Zellman, the other gentleman that you're seeing in this picture, he actually is the #2 largest consultant to the direct sales industry or network marketing industry. Most of us probably on this call know who #1 is, but to be #2 in the industry, very successful individual. He's had a lot of success in consulting, and Marcus and Dr. Nuno Nina and Christian brought him in to actually say, okay, which route can we take this? Because they thought if they just went to doctors and or, you know, put it on the market, you know, if they did maybe something online, they wouldn't have the success that they needed. So they brought Dirk in to actually say, how should we market this? And because of Dirk's understanding, he's been in the direct sales industry for about 25 years. Because of his understanding, he said, really the best way you're going to market this is through direct sales. So needless to say, when the company launched January 2019, the fact that we can already say we're in 43 countries, the US will be 44, and that we already have 22 languages is all because of Dirk Zellman leading at the helm as the CEO. So I'm really excited about that. He is a very class act and excited to be partnered with him in this whole project. So the next slide is obviously, it's where Healy is created. There's the castle, that's where Marcus actually lives, and a lot of development is done there. And then you have an office in Berlin, and I'm not sure where the other one is. I'm assuming that may be Germany. But those are the facilities right now that they have in place. And there soon will be one in the United States, a distribution, not where they're actually manufacturing Healy, but a distribution and corporate office in Utah as well. So a little bit about the device. Again, the Healy device is focused in the center, and you see at the top nutrition, frequencies, and exercise. There's kind of three aspects to this. The first is obviously the Healy wearable device that, again, you can wear, you can, put in your pocket, and that's going to deliver these 144,000 frequencies. And then you've got your nutrition. There is a digital nutrition app, which is trademarked by Healy. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And then you also have your exercise portion of this, where there's actually a wearable watch that you can interface with your Healy, and your watch will kind of give a summation of what's happening in your body real time. It'll read your blood pressure, stress levels, things like that. But then your Healy is what's going to deliver the solution to your body. So as far as this slide, I'm just going to work kind of from the center where the Healy device is. That, again, is your small portable wearable device. To the left of that is the Healy Advisor app that is encompassing the digital nutrition that I mentioned, and also a Healy Advisor search, which would be similar to like TripAdvisor. You can actually input, a specific scenario like diabetes, and it will actually run through and determine what programs you need to run for your specific issue that you're dealing with. And then to the left of that is a app that will run with the Resonance, which is the fourth level of Healy. And so that actually, again, is something that works directly with the ability to scan the body in real time and deliver back to you what your body needs in real time, the frequencies that it needs in order to help you at your cellular level. And then to the far left is a therapist search. You are able to actually work directly with a time waiver therapist to develop custom frequencies for you that can be delivered to your device. Doesn't matter where they're located. So if you're dealing with something specific and you want to reach out, they can actually do that. My understanding is it's anywhere from $50 to $100 to create your private or your own frequencies that can be delivered to your device. And they're, again, special for you and what you're asking for. And then to the far right, you've got the watch and then the app that runs the watch. And again, all of this is run from your phone. And I want to just have you focus on the Healy Advisor Cloud, which is above all this. The great thing about this is part of the technology that they brought on board is a medical cloud. So all of these frequencies, these homeopathic remedies, everything that has to do with Healy and the healing frequencies that are available is all in a medical cloud. And that medical cloud is backed by 150 plus blockchains, so it's super secure. And we have access to that. So it kind of acts as a global healing network. And this network will continue to grow. But that is amazing technology. Again, just the future of frequency medicine. Your personal health connection. What I'm going to say here is you can run this from the comfort of your home on a daily basis from an app on your iPhone. And the basis of all this is Healy is based on the philosophy of regeneration. It's all to cleanse, balance, and nourish the body and really bring the body back into a homeostasis state, which is a healthy cell state. And so I love that. I love the fact that I'm going to be able to, on a daily basis, scan my body in real time and deliver the frequencies that my cells and organs are asking for, and that it will help me every day, to move towards a healthier me. Vanessa, do you want to pop in here?
Yeah, this is just basically kind of putting it all together, showing that, it's never just one thing. It's your entire lifestyle. It's your mind, your body, your spirit. And it just kind of brings everything together with the health, the fitness, the vitality, and you kind of have everything that is working from your smartphone. And we're going to go over this a little bit more in detail, but for those of you who are already thinking, oh, I don't want my phone on me all the time. Once it's down, you'll download it from the cloud on your phone. You will Bluetooth it onto the Healy, and then you can put the phone away and everything is on your Healy. But we'll cover this more in detail. And I just wanted to kind of cover the disclaimer. But if you see right here, this is the European disclaimer. And if you notice, it says that it's a medical device for the treatment of pain and chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain, migraine, I don't know what that is, but as well as for the supportive treatment of mental illness such as depression, anxiety, and related sleep disorders. So they can say that in Europe. But our disclaimer is, this is our disclaimer for the United States. And this is big. This is really big. Okay, we are cleared as a Schedule II medical device in the United States, and this is what we can say. It is for pain. The device is used to be used for temporary relief of pain associated with sore and aching muscles in the shoulder, waist, back, arms, and legs due to strain from exercise or normal household work activities, and for the symptomatic relief and management of chronic, intractable pain and relief of pain associated with arthritis. That is big that we can say that, okay? And that also means because I've had a lot of people ask me, does the insurance cover this? If you have a health savings account, a lot of times they will, you can do the Schedule II medical devices from that. So I just wanted to say that it's nice that they can say that, but we can't say that in America. And the holistic, we pretty much said the people behind it, how it works, why life is better with Healy. We're going to cover that right now. So I'm going to let Tammy take over from here.
Okay, so I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry. I know I'm on my cell phone here. Can you just?
I'll go ahead and take it. So
okay.
Basically it says, there's pretty much 500,000 people out there with it in 43 countries. We'll be 44. And so this is a little bit behind time. Over 2,000, doctors, healing practitioners, and therapists. But what we love about this, and we're going to touch on it, is this is putting the power of treating your own self back in our hands. And then we can work with our doctors, the practitioners that work with you. Now, instead of spending, 5-10 minutes getting to use, they can immediately do diagnostics on you, see where they're at, and drill down deep. So you're going to get a lot better care when they're going to be able to get to it a lot quicker. So our next slide, we're going to bring in Dr. Lisa and Raj, but to make it more visual, because I know a lot of people like to see it, I'm going to go ahead and show you a slide of a blood microscopy, and it's going to show you within an hour running this machine on immune support what it does, because it's all about the health of our cells. If your cells are not cleaned out, have oxygen and nurtured with the right nutrients, you're not going to get better. So here we go. Let me see here. Can everybody see that?
160 people, that's awesome.
I knew that
so
was going to happen.
We will also record the webinar for further use.
Let me see here. Okay, blow it up.
Hi there, my name is Bart Reker.
That's another one.
From Amsterdam.
So many Healy things on here. I had it right. I'm sorry, y'all. I told you I wasn't that techie. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can go into. Can you still see me here? Do I have a yes? Okay, let me just go into YouTube.
Vanessa, I think I posted the link in the chat.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see if I can get it there. Hold on.
Copy and paste that in your browser. It's posted at 10:11.
Okay, let me go. Sorry, y'all. All right, let me put this down, and let me go to the chat. Can't get to the chat. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, here we go.
I just reposted it, I think.
Okay, let's see if this will do it. Oh, well, we may have to just skip it here. I saw it there, but.
Do you see it over in the chat, Vanessa? I just reposted it. You should just be able to copy and paste that in your browser.
Okay, here we go.
in theory.
Let's see if it works. I don't know why it's not posting there. Well, we may just have to skip it. It was really good because it shows, let me just see if this will work. No, it's not going to work. I'm going to figure that out, y'all. It'll work for the next time. It just had a visual, and if you go in the chat and you look at it, you'll be able to see what disease cells look like in your blood, and then you know, you'll get it there. So, okay, Lisa, if you want to go ahead and come on, and I'm going to let you talk about this slide. Can you unmute yourself, Lisa?
Yeah, I did. Can you hear me?
A little bit louder.
Okay, so I don't see this. Okay, there we go on the cells. So Vanessa was sharing about how the Healy assists our cell membrane. And so our cells, basically our cells as we age become rigid and they become clogged through toxins. As we age, the cells don't regenerate themselves and we don't get enough of what's called ATP production. So your human body is likened onto a vehicle. And so the gasoline is the ATP production that helps assist the cells to be healthier, to regenerate themselves. And when we can create more ATP production, that helps to assist regenerating the body, dealing with inflammation. As we age, basically everything is inflammation. And the more that our cells regenerate, the more it assists the body in the detoxification, which is so important because as we continue to regenerate our body, we want the cells to be renewing all the time. So it's likened onto your skin. As you age, you can see the visible signs of aging, of wrinkles on your skin, which is a sign that the cells are not regenerating enough and not sloughing enough and new cells coming to the surface. So the cells have everything to do with the assimilation of your vitamins, your minerals, you know, oxygen, all of that. And when they're not able to receive that, then it, you know, causes, again, the diseases that you see here on the side, the aches and pains and inflammation and, you know, what we would call dirty blood. It can open the door to creating tumors and growth. So the fact that the Healy is able to send frequency to the body, and it's been scientifically proven, if I remember correctly, that the ATP production with the mitochondria, which your cells are like little engines and every organ has all these, you know, has its own warehouse or own machine inside of it that is this whole production system so that your body organs can function effectively. So when we can create more ATP production, that is huge because that is going to help fight off, you know, the diseases and increase your immune system. In fact, looking on the slide here, it says your protein synthesis and your ability to digest protein is so important. There's a book that I read a while back called The Germ That Causes Cancer. And 50% of cancers are linked to not digesting protein effectively. So that's really huge. So here we have it on the slide here that up to 500%, your ATP is able to store more energy so that the cells can function efficiently. Well, when your cells are even functioning more efficiently, then there's not going to be all that disruption in your DNA. So that's extremely exciting. That's the key to health and wellness right there. So if you can deliver this to the body in the current and create this, in my opinion, that's where the elimination of sickness and disease gets dissolved. So that's why I'm so I'm very, very excited about this and this concept, because this will bring homeostasis to the body when we can accomplish this, like Tammy was sharing earlier.
Lisa, can you just touch on your experience in your own body with frequency machines?
Sure. So I have light therapy, which has Sophagia and Auger frequencies, and they are frequencies similar to the Rife machine that match up. For instance, the light therapy frequencies I have help the liver. They help the adrenal glands. They also help to produce APT production, but not at this level. And what's so great about this is with all my other devices like the Medicine Way, which is like a biofeedback machine, is that, like Tammy was saying, it gives you real time at that specific moment what frequencies you need. But also with my devices, I'm guessing. I might use muscle testing, a form of kinesiology, but I am using the information I've been given in school to do the guesswork with how much frequency an individual needs. Where this takes that whole guesswork out of the equation to where you're not going to overstimulate the body, because the Healy has that intuition, if you will, and is able to connect to your body in such a precise way. It's able to take that out of the equation and give you the precise frequency you need, how much time you need, and basically not really overload the system. So that was something that was very exciting to me when this was presented to me, that this was a no-brainer as a doctor and practitioner and wanting to assist my clients with health. This is more precise. So this is above everything else that I have available for my clients that I can present. So this is going to be the #1 modality, of course, that I'm going to be presenting to them.
And I just want to say one thing before Raj comes on, is one of the most important things, you know, we all have toxins around us, our food, the EMF. We could go on and on about that, do a whole session on that. But what happens when you're around that EMF and different toxins out there is your cells the membranes become hard. Yeah. And therefore the nutrients don't get in and the waste product, the toxins don't get out. So this actually has a frequency that makes that cell wall pliable, so that now those nutrients are getting in, the toxins are getting out. And that's why if you can go and watch that 2 to 3 minute video on the microscopic blood analysis, you're going to see what an unhealthy cell looks like. And just 1 hour and one treatment, how the cells look amazing. I think he said it was 50 to 70% blood improvement. It's really amazing. So now, oh, go ahead, Lisa.
So I wanted to share one last thing, and thank you, Vanessa, for that, is when people live in higher elevations, when oxygen is depleted, that's where sickness and disease comes in as well. So life is in the blood. So the fact that you can oxygenate the blood and helps assist the blood is really key, because that also helps with the detoxification process as well.
Thank you, Lisa. And Raj, can you unmute and you come on and give your experience with the cell membrane and the microcurrents?
I am here, Vanessa. Thank you very much. Yeah, I am very, very excited about what's going on with Healy. As many of you know, I've been working in this field for over 4 years, and it's been life-changing for me. It's an ongoing journey, and I'm learning all the time. But one thing I've learned is that all metabolic or chronic disease begins at the cell level. And the cell membrane is the most important piece of it, because the cell membrane, if you will, is the brain of the cell. And if it doesn't have the proper charge, as we're electrical beings and everything has a voltage to it, the electrical piece is what allows the chemical piece to work. So if your cell membrane is not functional in that it doesn't have the right charge, it cannot function properly, and that leads to chronic disease eventually. So I've been working with other devices like the PEMF device, which has been a godsend and a lifesaver. But what I love about the Healy is truly Healy is I'm terming Healy as frequencies for dummies. Beamer, as an example, I've been using that for 4.5 years, and that uses really 2 ranges of frequencies between an 8 and 10 hertz and a 28 and 30 hertz, specifically designed for vasomotion or your microcirculation, whereas Healy has 144,000 frequencies, 120 programs, and it has the self-analytics, so it could tell you where you need to focus, where you might have an issue that you can target, where you cannot do that with like a Beamer, as an example. It doesn't have any analytic function whatsoever. And Beamer is specific to microcirculation. It does help with self-potentiation, which is helpful to everything. But with the Healy, you could dial down where you need to go, because there are areas where other devices are not going to be able to help you. You're going to have to maybe focus on a kidney or liver, or wherever that might be. So when your cells are locked up because they're toxic, as you mentioned, Vanessa, they cannot take in the nutrients, they can't take in the hydration and the oxygen properly, which inhibits ATP production. And ATP is the energy of the cell. This is what keeps you alive. You actually create your body weight in ATP every day. And that's why that is so important. So this is an amazing technology. We're bringing it to the layperson, and that's what I love about it. It's really an amazing opportunity as well as a technology. I want to commend everyone here that's on the call, because you are really in a privileged position by being here right now. This is going to be a worldwide phenomenon, because we're already seeing amazing growth. I believe they're the second largest MLM, fastest growing MLM, and they're only a year old, and it's going to take the world by storm. So, you know, the technology that's being delivered isn't really that new, really. So Healy utilizes what they call microcurrents, and those have been around for a long time. But typically, in the past, you'd have to go to a practitioner who has maybe has a device that they pay to $20,000, $30,000 for, with fancy software and equipment that you have to visit them and sit there for an hour and get a session. Well, this has been made super easy through a cell phone app, through the medical cloud, on the blockchain, where you can get your body analyzed right there locally in your own living room. It could tell you, hey, you need to detox here. You need to cleanse out your system. Maybe you need to target your liver or your kidney, or whatever it might be. And you can run that program with really a couple button hits on your phone. And so that is really the beauty of this device. It's a home-based wearable device that's very easy to use, and you're going to continually get upgrades. So as they improve or add new frequencies and programs, you'll have access to that, where you're not going to really have that with other devices, other machines. You don't have to sit there and train for hours at a time to figure out how to utilize a machine that might cost $20,000. And oftentimes most people that buy these machines eventually stop using them because they're just too complicated, too hard, too time consuming. Well, this takes all that out of the equation. So I'm really, really excited about this opportunity, this brand. The company, I believe, is an amazing company with real integrity and really a heart of gold that's really trying to serve humanity. And so I love the mission. I love the product. I love the delivery. I love the ease and the simplicity of how people, average, everyday people, can go out and change the world one person at a time through sharing the gift of Healy. And like I mentioned, there's great tools out there. There's a lot of tools out there, but this is a game changer, and it will change the game for sure. And I'm already saying that. But I would say, hey, run with this. This is an amazing opportunity. Seize the moment and go out there and share it with the world. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I've been around PEMFs and other frequency devices for a while. The Rife machine, as an example, is a great machine. If you want to get a true Rife, that's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. There are other machines that might be cheaper that are on the market. A lot of them are not the true Rife. And the difference between a Rife and a Healy, as an example, is Rife typically is targeting diseased or let's call it pathogens within the body to kill off bacteria or viruses or parasites. But then you got to get rid of it too. Well, how do you get rid of it? Just like someone who might have Lyme, they have infestation, so you have to kill stuff off. But then if you can't get rid of it, that actually causes an autoimmune response if you're not able to do that. Well, Healy does more of a supportive role of upregulating all your systems in the body to do what they're supposed to do, what they normally naturally do when they're fully functional and healthy. And the future of medicine is bioenergy medicine. I mean, you have companies like GlaxoSmithKline, the 5th largest pharmaceutical company on the planet, looking at creating a bioenergetic company themselves. Actually, they've already done that. And they've put almost $1 billion into that venture. A company like that does not invest almost $1 billion into something that doesn't work. So this is the future, and you're really at the tip. You're on the tip of the spear. So you are pioneers, and I congratulate you. I commend you. And if you run with this, you're going to have an exciting trip ahead for sure. And I will see you there, because I'm definitely there. Take it back. I'll let you take it back, Vanessa.
Thank you so much, Raj. That was wonderful. And you too, Dr. Lisa, that was great. You know, I love how you say we're pioneers and, you know, we're on the ground floor. The company, excuse me, is actually 14 years old with a time waiver. And remember, it's just the time waiver frequencies that are in our Healy. The Healy was actually, you know, released January 2019 in other countries. But here in America, you're not just on the ground floor. We're in the basement, okay? I mean, we're in the basement. This is huge. So we'll go to the next one. This is basically just showing our Healy again. And now I'm gonna let Tammy take over. Art, do you want to talk? Do you want me to do it, Tammy, or let me unmute you.
I'm going to say this might be a good one for Raj to come back in.
Raj, do you want to take this, or do you want me to talk about it?
Well, you can go ahead and start, and then I can maybe kind of chime in.
Okay. First, I want to tell everybody, if you're looking at this and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be so complicated, whatever, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to show you a little brochure in a little bit. And I don't have the machine, so I'm just going by what other people have said. But it will actually tell you where to put the placements of the wristbands. It comes with wristbands, and they look like, if everybody has ever seen TENS units, it also comes with electrodes, and you can see it shows you where to place. It also has ear clasp. Now in America, I think they said you have to have a doctor's order to get the ear clasp, but don't worry about that right now. We will take care of all that as we go. We'll get them to you. And I'm gonna let him take over from here.
Yeah, so one thing that's really unique about the Healy is it really, like I mentioned, frequencies for dummies. You know, if you know how to get on your cell phone, click a couple buttons and you're off. So in addition to the actual electrodes, actually it does have a resonance feature with the resonance Healy that actually interacts with your biofield without you being tied into it physically. So it actually has a quantum sensor which reads your information field and actually is assessing what your body needs. And so I wouldn't really get too concerned about like, hey, is this going to be too complicated for me? I could assure you that once you get your hands on it, you'll start to see how easy it is to use and to share with people, that that really anyone can do it. But yeah, it's really been designed to be used by the layperson, and that's one of the great aspects of this device. So you have a total of 144,000 frequencies that are available. Like I mentioned, the Beamer's got really 2 frequencies. Now we're working with 144,000 frequencies. And actually the Healy, as it's working, is doing self-analytics the whole time. So as it's sending frequencies to your body, it's actually reading, it's pitting back. So it's sending frequencies through the nervous system and looking to see what kind of response your body gives back. And based on that, it can read or intuit what frequencies your body needs. So as you're running the gold cycles as an example, which has 144,000 frequencies, and the gold cycles actually come with every Healy. That's the foundation of all the Healys. it's running those programs, just sending those frequencies to your body, pinning the certain areas that need to be pinged. And when they come back, your body or the Healy will say, okay, looks like they're okay here, but this frequency looks like is needed. So it'll send that frequency to your body to help to attune and kind of resonate with that tissue or with that organ or with that system. And so that's an amazing ability of the Healy. I don't believe there are other devices are doing that on this scale. So it's very intuitive. It's actually ahead of its time. And these frequencies have been developed over a good 15-year period through practitioners like Nina in Portugal, who runs multiple clinics, and he actually works with a lot of the top athletes in Europe. So the program list, maybe you could pull up the program list if you have that.
Yes, I do. Let me get that for you.
All right. So when you get your Healy, you want to start with the gold cycles. So that is the foundation of every Healy that you receive. But as you can see, there are many uses for why you would want your Healy, not just for people who are sick, but if you scroll back up a little bit, you have programs for fitness, recovery, learning, concentration, jobs, and sleep cycles, and all kinds of stuff. So it really is super versatile, and it's not just for people who are sick, but it's for anyone who just wants a better life, become a better person, become more effective in everything that you do. And one of my favorite programs that I'm really actually excited about are the Meridian programs. So if you have any folks that really are into things like Chinese medicine, meridians, and the chakra program is very exciting as well. The bioenergetics, but really one that's going to really become more and more important is the protection program. And the protection program is going to be something that everyone's going to want to run on a daily basis, as we're going to be bombarded with 5G, 4G, Wi-Fi. As we know, the frequencies that are being emitted there are detrimental to biology, and so we need to protect our biofield, and the Healy can do that for you. And so that's going to be a super important program, and I know that they're developing more programs, and we'll see actually later this year the Dr. Carolyn McMacken's programs, which are absolutely fantastic. And if you don't know who she is, go on to YouTube, search for Dr. Carolyn McMacken, and she's doing amazing things with microcurrents. And so this is it's a bona fide science. This is not woo-woo. It's real, it's here, and we're going to change lives with this.
Oh, I heard that they're actually going to have a frequency that will help you learn a new language as well. If you know how children are age 1 to 5, they are able to learn languages more. And so I thought that was pretty neat as well.
Yeah, my next webinar is going to be in French. So.
Oh, okay. So as you see, it's one product for the whole family, for your friends, your family. And I tell you, it's 100% a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you do not feel anything, and we're going to go over a few slides here to show how when people wear it, it's like it says 94 here, but I've heard 96 to 98% of the people wear it. You don't have to tell a story with this device. It is going to tell its own story. Back to that one, the Healy Advisor app, pretty much went over that. Tammy, are you back on with us? She's having some internet issues. Let's see. But as she said, the cloud, the medical cloud is a big deal to have our own blockchain, millions and millions of dollars spent on that. The artificial intelligence module, and they're developing the new frequencies. Just they're constantly updating. And I believe, isn't it, Raj, that as they update, that if you've got your machine, you automatically get the updates that are in that program?
Yeah, if they're updating a program, you will get the updates in that program if you already have it. Absolutely. Now, if they create new programs, you may have to purchase that separately, but if they're updating the program, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, and we've pretty much gone over this. The intelligent analysis and search, Tammy went over that, how it gives us reliable recommendations. You can put certain things in there, but what I loved, as Raj was saying, that, you know, as the Healy will analyze your body's cells tells the Healy what it needs, and when your body gets it, it shuts off. Same thing there, the Health Advisor app, the digital nutrition app. This is really, really big. And Raj, if you want to take care of it, take care of this one. But
yeah, absolutely. So in addition to the 120 programs that come with the Healy, there's also a DNA app. This also has analytics and supported in that app. And what's nice about this app is you could actually deliver the frequency of specific substances to your body. So you could do a scan, and let's say it tells you, hey, you might want to have some lion's mane mushroom or something like that. And so you could actually take the frequency of that substance and deliver it to your body. Which is absolutely amazing. I know Stanford did a study some time ago with vitamin C, and what they did is they were looking at, they did a double-blind study where they had a group that they were giving them vitamin C orally. A group was given a patch that had the frequency of vitamin C. And there was the control group that wasn't giving anything. And they were finding that the people that were taking the patch or using the frequency patch were actually getting as much, if not more, vitamin C in their body than the people that were actually orally taking the vitamin C. So the science is there. It really does work. And I think this is a phenomenal and amazing technology here. And so it's definitely a feature that you want to take advantage of. And it's going to have herbs and supplements or things that maybe are harder to find, harder to get, different items that you may not be able to easily buy at a store. And this catalog will continue to grow. So I'm really excited about where this is going to go, and I'm certainly going to be taking advantage of the DNA app.
oh, me too. I mean, can you imagine being able to scan your body, your children's body every day, see exactly what they need, and then to be able to deliver the frequency for that? That's amazing. It also will tell you, and I don't know everything about this, but it also will tell you the shopping list or the foods that you need to help with your body for that day. And all of us know, you know, you might be taking all these vitamins, all these supplements. If you only knew how much I spend a month on supplements. And even if you go to the doctor and they say, well, you need, you know, this, and this, your cells change daily depending on what you eat and what you're around. If you're stressed out, if you have a major stressor, your B vitamins are just flying right through you, you know. So to be able to scan, see exactly what your body needs real time and be able to deliver it, that is huge. And here is just, you know, a little bit of things back with the app here showing about it. Our Healy watch, I don't know if this is going to be available when we're able to order Friday or not, Raj, but if you know something about that.
I believe it's going to be available right away. This is coming later.
Okay, but you can see, okay, I show people, I paid $500 for my Apple Watch. I won't even wear it because I don't like the EMF coming from it. But this one does so much more than the Apple Watches. You know, it does the frequency analysis. It will give you, you know, the algorithms that you need, the frequencies that you need. This is a little bit about it here. It measures, you can do an EKG with it. It has, you know, measures different analytics, and it does the, I want to get here, actually has the SOS with it. It's just amazing what all it can do. And I love this about the organ clock. Do you want to touch on this, Raj, you and Lisa, about the organs, how our bodies are on a cycle, 24-hour cycle, our organs?
Lisa, do you want to take this, or would you like
Yeah,
to?
go ahead.
Thank you, Raj, appreciate it. I'll just share a little bit. I have a nutritional guide that I wrote for a nutraceutical company, and I put the clock in there. And I'll give an example. So a client patient would come to me, and let's say they wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning consistently, and they're coming to see me because they have sleeping issues. So because of the knowledge of the meridian clock, I know right away that they're possibly, a good possibility, having issues with sleep, with their liver. So every organ on this clock, there's an ideal time for that organ to regenerate. But when there's disruptions in the meridians, which can happen in a myriad of ways, then the organ is not getting that proper energy that is needed. So this clock is really important because in regards to, let's say in the afternoon, a lot of people have issues with energy, maybe between 2 and 5 o'clock. So the average consumer is reaching for unhealthy things like sugar and caffeine to help keep them going for the energy for the rest of the day. And really, you could be looking at this clock and seeing that there's some disruption going on in the meridian and the circulatory system, that is, there's something that's disrupting the energy going in to helping that body system or that organ. And so I think having this meridian clock is really awesome too, to have that knowledge so that there won't be any disruption and you can bring homeostasis and balance to and efficiency to all the body systems. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yes, and this is on our watch, I believe. So I think while you're sleeping, it might deliver the frequencies to it. This is all kind of new for me, y'all. I don't have this machine yet, but I'm sure when we get our machines, we're going to have all kinds of training on this. But do you know that for sure, Raj? I think I heard that.
Hey everyone, I'm back.
Oh,
Right.
Sorry, like literally my phone and computer froze, so I apologize. So what?
So Vanessa, to answer your question, I would have to get back to you on that. I don't know that much about the watch yet, so I'm still learning myself. We're all new to this, so we're learning as we go, but we certainly will look into that.
I think I heard Dirk say that because he was talking about how, he wakes up and he can see what's going on with what has happened during his sleep, the frequencies that were given, but you can see here all of the different things that's going to be involved with this watch, as well as an SOS function for those of us who might fall and can't get up. These are our medical advisor board, and we've pretty much touched on Nuno Nina and Dr. Carolyn McMacken. She is amazing developer of SFM, the frequency specific microcurrent. She has many papers. She's worked with NFL players, and it's just miraculous how quick that they get able to get back and do what they need to do. Anything specific you want to say with her, Raj or Tammy?
Well, I will say she's absolutely amazing. If you haven't watched a few videos with her, you should certainly take the time to do that. But yeah, she's brilliant, and she's developed her own frequencies. So she's using like dual currents or dual channel. Currently, the Healy is only a single channel, but the dual channel will be coming to Healy later in the year. So the McMacken frequencies are coming to Healy as well. So that's going to be even more exciting, and it's going to make it that much more effective than it's already been, which is actually incredible. So stay tuned on that.
And for those of you who are wanting scientific papers, this is what we're telling you. They want specific scientific papers on the Healy, but remember the Healy is just the time waver frequencies. So the papers are on time waver, and you can go in here and look. I think each one of them have pretty much wrote scientific papers on different things and in microcurrents. And this is the rest of the medical advisory board. Jamie, you want to take over? I don't know if we lost her again. Well, like as we said, the company is from Germany. I know Germany and Russia, they really do, they're far advanced on microcurrents and frequency and machines of that nature, bioenergetic, than I think the United States, because they've been involved with it for so long.
Can I chime in on that?
Mm-hmm.
So the Soviet Union, the old Soviet bloc, started looking at frequencies really back in the 50s and 60s, late 50s, early 60s. And that was due to really the race to space, right? Because what happens when your body, we live on a planet that has an electromagnetic field, and we're actually designed to live on this planet. So when we leave the planet, um, our body does not like it and things start to fall apart. And so they started to look at creating artificial fields and using frequencies to modulate functions within the body. And so a lot of this work did start in the Soviet Union. It eventually went to what was Eastern Germany, so the Soviet portion of Germany before the unification. And so they've been working and developing frequencies really for 50 years at this point. So yeah, they're way ahead of America in this field, and they've really made some massive strides. And that's why you see a lot of this great technology comes out of places like Germany, the Soviet, well, Russia now, and places like that.
Yes. And this is just the Declaration of Conformity. And I will tell you, I don't care what country it's in. Well, like Germany and the United States, let me say, you do have to meet very rigorous specifications to be able to have this kind of technology. And I know I've heard them say that they actually have to go through rigorous, different, I don't know, I guess classifications or whatever to get classified as this, not just once a year, but a number of times a year. So this is the Healy Gold that we were talking about. It's one unit, one device, and you saw what it looked like, the little square, and you put on it different programs. There's 4 different programs. This is the Healy Gold. This comes with every program. It's the base one. And if you don't do anything but just this, what this does is, just to make it very simple, is it helps clean your cells, get the toxins out. It helps you be able to put nutrients in, and it helps balance your body and get you in homeostasis. Anything specific you want to say about this, Raj?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, this is the foundation of all the Healys. So these are the programs you want to run when you first get your Healy. All the other programs use the frequencies that are in the gold cycles. That they're just narrowed down. So the gold cycles, which are these ones that you see on the screen, use the 144,000 frequencies. And let's say you want to target your liver as an example, then it'll pick out the 100 frequencies or a couple hundred frequencies that would actually be associated with your liver tissue and liver function, but it's not going to run all 144 in that module.
So these are the 4 different packages. So you have the Gold, you have the Holistic Health Plus, and the Healy Resonance. These are Euro prices, and I'm going to be pulling up a price list when I get through with this, right, with the program here. This just tells you there's going to be, if you buy the machine, you do not have to have a monthly subscription unless you want the digital nutrition, and that will have a monthly subscription. I believe it's $95. But if you think about all the supplements that you take, and to be able to scan your body, daily, and everybody that you know who wants to have it scanned, and be able to put the frequencies in it, that's really not that much. So this, and then we'll have the different bundles here, but as what Raj said, I don't think this is going to be available this week or when we're able to purchase, but we will get back with you on that because I cannot wait to get that watch. So if you look at the areas of application where it's used the most, you can see the pain. If you know anybody with pain, I mean, we can say this is a medical device that is used for pain. They can take it with them if they're out and about, wherever they're at. Regeneration, helping to regenerate our body. And I won't read all these, but you can see everything that's here and how much percentage that they use for it. A survey on frequency use, 80% of people who use it, they use it daily. You can see the other, 10% is required, 1% weekly. Survey on effectiveness, 47% had improvement of symptoms, and a lot of people will feel this pretty much the first treatment. And again, I love it because those who are skeptic, you know, I'm like, okay, it's 30 days, 100% money back guarantee. You have absolutely nothing to lose. It says survey on Healy number of applications until effect. One application, 24%. And if you get on our calls, the people who use the Healy with other people and other people who have used it in their testimonials, it will absolutely blow you away. They say that it's like using the M word, but recommended rate, it says here 94%, but I've actually heard that most saying 96 to 98%. And we won't go into the business compensation. I know we ran over, I'm so sorry, y'all, but if anybody wants to unmute and ask a question, feel free to. Let me see if Tammy's on the phone.
Vanessa?
Yes.
I did get back on, Vanessa.
Great.
I hope I can stay on.
Okay. So Tammy, do you want to just go over the, oh, you know what, while you're going over it, I'm going to pull up the price list.
Okay, I have it in front of me, so I can definitely do that if you want to just put it up.
Yep.
So again, I apologize, everybody. I'm having a lot of internet issues, which started this morning before I got on the webinar. So basically, as far as the packages go, there are 4 levels to the Healy. And just so everybody understands, the hardware is the same unit. So no matter what level you come in at, you will get the same hardware. The difference is the software, okay? And the software being the frequency programs and what you have accessibility to in the medical cloud. So we're going to start with the packages, or the levels, I should say. You have 4 levels. You have the gold level, you have the holistic level, you have the holistic plus level, and then you have the resonance level, okay? The gold level US pricing is starting at $470. It will obviously be plus tax and shipping. Tax will be based on where the device is being sent. And then you have the holistic, which US pricing is $942 plus tax and shipping. You have the holistic plus, which is $1,413 plus tax and shipping. And then you have the resonance, which is $2,357. And again, I'm going to just back up and go back to the gold so that you understand the programs. The programs that are available or come with the gold are
I think we lost her again. I'm going to go to the gold here. She's talking about it. She was off, but I think most of y'all heard me and Raj say that the gold package does come with every program. And if she can't get back on, I guess she's froze.
Actually, Vanessa, I do want to correct that. So the gold comes with every frequency, not every program.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so with the gold, you get about 27 programs. So there's a total of 121 programs. The gold is about 27. The holistic is about 80, and then the resonance has got 120. So yeah, but the gold cycles use all 144,000 frequencies that are provided essentially. But it runs through all of them, right? So it cycles through all the frequencies. We'll assess which ones are needed at that time. It's not going to show you which ones you need. It's just running through frequencies. And so as it pins back, it'll say, oh, okay, well, they don't really need this frequency. Let's try this one. And if they feel like, okay, if the Healy says, okay, they really like that frequency and need more of it, they'll continue to send that frequency, and it just cycles through all the different frequencies.
Okay. You know, one thing I want to say, because if y'all are saying, well, what's the difference? So the gold basic, the holistic health, and the holistic health plus, and correct me if I'm wrong, Raj, you will pick a program your body, it'll analyze your body. Your body tells it what it needs, and the Healy gives it the frequency. On the Healy resonance, you're actually able to have a more of a diagnostic to say exactly, you know, what is going on in your body. And one thing we didn't touch on, but you know, you're actually going to be able to remote treat your patients, and we're going to be talking about your other people, yourselves, but we'll talk about that at a later date. But one thing is, if you take a picture, you can actually, it'll show you your aura field and tell you exactly which chakra, you know, is having issues with. I know about 12 years ago, I actually got a machine from Russia, and I spent over $10,000 on that machine, and all it basically did was show the energy fields around your body and the auras. So this is pretty amazing what this right here can do. Do you want to touch on that, Raj?
Yeah, absolutely. So I highly recommend, if you can get the resonance, that's the one you want to go with, especially for practitioners out there. But the functionality that you're going to have in the resonance is going to be so much better and actually just funner to use, to be honest with you, especially with the analytics, and especially if you're going to share it with people. If you're going to build a business and share this with people, you want the analytics that comes with the resonance, because you can run the analytics on someone, boom, it'll tell you where you need to target, so you can maximize the time that you're with that person, to say, okay, we should, you know, run this program for you because you got some issues over here, so let's just send that to you. And the other piece of it, which we haven't really talked about, is the Fast Start program. So the resonance is the only one that you can come in with if you do share it with 3 people in the first 30 days that you're in. The company will give you a free resonance. It's especially with the promo. So anyone who's on the call that isn't already in the system, I highly, highly recommend, encourage you to get in the system now, so you can get that promo and get the Healy resonance at a dramatically discounted price. Share it with a few people and get yourself a free resonance. So it actually turns out to be a lot cheaper than what you're seeing here. So the best value, absolutely, the resonance, especially if you're going to share it with a few people. And go ahead.
I'm sorry, Raj. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was go finish.
So that is what I'm going to go with, and I encourage all my people, if they can, to go with the resonance, especially at the discounted promo price, which is
I've got the prices here.
oh, okay.
So what it is the gold is $470, but don't even think about gold, because if you come in, you know, before Friday, you're going to get the gold program that's normally $470. You're going to get an automatic upgrade up to the $942. So you're going to get this here with it. Okay. If you come in with the Healy Holistic Health, which is normally $942, they're going to upgrade you and give you the Healy Holistic Health Plus. If you, it just keeps going, but let me just tell you the best one, okay? If you come in with the Healy Resonance, the price coming in is you're going to get that for the price of the Healy Holistic Health Plus. So it's normally $2,357, and you're getting it for $1,413. That's almost, you know, let's just say it's $1,000 that you're getting there. Now, like Raj said, if you get 3 people, sell three devices, and in that 30 days, they're going to give you another $2,357 machine. So now you're going to have 2 machines like that. So if you do the math, if you come in with the resonance and you sell to 3 people, you're actually going to end up getting about a $3,350 value. It's pretty sweet. So whoever brought you here, invited you, make sure you get back with your sponsor. If you have any questions, I can give my number. My number is 281-682-6290. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. If we don't know it, the answer, we will definitely get it back to you. Now, I'm going to open it up. I know it's been over an hour, but for those of you who have a question, you know, we're here to take a few questions from you. Just unmute yourself.
Hi there. I was wondering if the Bluetooth had any sort of effect on the frequency delivery or the recipient of the treatment.
So you could turn off your Bluetooth after you transfer over the program and run it locally. So you don't need the Bluetooth after it's on the Healy and you start it.
Okay.
I will say this, I was talking to a doctor who has worked with frequencies for, oh man, probably 15, 20 years. She has got so many machines. And one thing she did say about this time waver, which is the Healy frequencies, she said, Vanessa, I've never seen, first of all, I've never seen a company with so much integrity, so transparent. It is wonderful to be able to deal with a company. But she said the frequencies, there's a lot of frequencies, she says, out there that's kind of garbled and really don't really, you know, she just said, well, she said garbage. But anyway, she said these frequencies are the purest and the cleanest frequencies that she has ever seen over any machine that she's worked with.
Cool. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I had a question. You were talking about studies and empirical data and that kind of thing. You said we needed to go find that somewhere else, or are you providing that?
There are some scientific papers in the back office. There's a lot of, like, even this presentation, that video I showed, they're all in our back office. But as I said, the frequencies for the Healy, we don't have any papers specifically on the Healy because it's using the frequencies of time waver. So if you look at time waver, that's where the papers will be on. And then if you're looking at frequencies and microcurrent, Dr. Carolyn McMicken, she has papers that she's worked on. So you're kind of looking at the time waver for the scientific aspect.
Vanessa, if I could share my screen, I have.
Yes.
Show.
Are you able to do it?
Yeah, I'll try that in a second.
You want me to stop share and you do it?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'll try it here.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to.
Let me stop share.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to do it now?
Nope.
Oh, how about
You have to enable it for me to.
yeah, let me see here. Oh, okay. Now I think you can now. Try it. I'm going to learn all this, y'all, this tech stuff. Got to watch my video tutorials. I jumped in with all feet and I'm running. Is it working for you, Raj?
Almost. Give me a second. All right. So here, can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So here are all the studies that they have on microcurrents. And they're all in the back manual, by the way. So when you get your device, they're in the manual. And this document is available. I can shoot it out to anyone who would like to have it. And so that, and here's the thing. One of the reasons that this company was able to get a class 2 clearance through the FDA is because microcurrents are well recognized. And so when they came in for clearance, it didn't take them that long to say, oh yeah, we'll go ahead and clear it because we've already cleared microcurrents or microcurrent devices before. So what they do is they look for a comparable device on the market that they've already cleared. And they say, okay, yeah, we've already vetted this technology. And so it's an easy clearance. Whereas I've been working with a PEMF for over 4 years. And it took them over 2 years to get a clearance through the FDA, but that's because they didn't have anything to compare it to. So and even then, they misclassified it because they didn't know what they were really looking at. But because this has been around for a long time and it's been used, and there's a lot of studies and data behind it, it was a very easy clearance for the company. So.
Thank you so much, Raj. Yes, I want that. I want that document. And we'll
So can I ask a question? So these studies here are general, they're generic based on microcurrents. It doesn't have anything to do with Healy?
Well, microcurrents are fairly generic, right? So they're just essentially frequencies that are being sent through the body, and different frequencies are being used for different things. So yeah, a lot of people have been working with microcurrents and doing studies. So I'm sure some of the studies are with the time waver, but some of these might be with other devices, microcurrent devices that are more clinical style devices, not home units that people are using at home, but like we're talking $20,000-$30,000 machines.
So what data do you have that shows this machine works? I'm sorry, I'm just a skeptical kind of person. I like to have all the data. So what shows that this works? Because if this study, these studies that you're showing are generic, then that would mean that any device works about the same as the next device.
Well, like we mentioned, microcurrents are not new. What's different about Healy is they're packaging this into a small, wearable, portable home unit, not and they're using the Nino frequencies that have been used for decades, that have been proven to do what they do. And so if you start to look into the reputation of Time Waver, you'll find that they have a very, very high or good reputation in the industry compared to other units that are some are not very good. And some are good, some are not. A lot of the good ones are going to cost you a lot of money. This is an affordable unit where they're delivering the same frequencies that they're using in the Time Waver, and the programs that they've developed there, they're just taking it to the masses. They're taking it to your everyday average person. And so the Healy's been on the market for over a year now, and people are getting amazing results. So we know it works. That it, we're not asking for opinions. We know it works. We're just sharing the excitement of what we have in our hands right now. And but I mean, we can use, if you want to PM me, I could certainly look into that for you, and I'm happy to do some digging for you. But I'm very confident in what this product can do, and I think you should be too. But obviously, anything new, people are going to be skeptical. I get that, and we certainly can provide you with as much information as we can get our hands on. And whoever invited you to the call, I'm sure will be happy to assist you with that as well.
Okay, great. Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, Raj, this is Elena. If I could just take a second. I spent about 20 hours over this last 4 days going to some of these studies and going through them. And there is a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of proof of what we've got in our hands. I was manic excited for 2 days. I literally had to stop to breathe, because as I talked to people, I sounded like I was like off the rocker, which I am anyways. For the people who already know me, that's fine. But the rest of you are going to think I'm crazy. But I literally opened up and gone through over at least 40 of these studies, and the information is there. It's easy to understand on some of them, and some of them not so much so. But Time Waver is definitely proved its value 1,000 times over. So just think of Healy as a device to bring that Time Waver directly to each individual. And that's really what we've got here. We've got just the porthole to bring Time Waver technology to us as an individual and allow us to bring it to other people. And that's the most exciting part about this.
Thank you so much, Elena, for that. I just want to say, on one of our talks, Martin, he has had a lot of experience, and he made the comment. He said, I just want to put straps on everybody. And I started laughing, because I'm like, oh my gosh, if somebody would have walked by and heard that, but I'm sure all of us are going to feel the same way. The straps, meaning the wristbands, or wherever you want to place them, but because it can help so many people on so many different issues and so many different levels. So thank you for that, Elena. Anyone else?
I just want to say time is of the essence. 3 days left. Countdown, 3, 2, 1, blast off. So get on top of it as soon as, and you do lose nothing at all if you get involved now.
Yes.
That's all I have to say. Thank you. This is Elizabeth. Bye.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Jane, are you still on? Jane, I believe, is a practitioner.
Hey, Vanessa, can you go through the chat? There's some questions in there. Maybe we can just feel.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Do you need to use the Healy device and the watch together? Can you receive the frequencies from the watch alone?
Well, you still need the Healy. The Healy is the main. That you can get the watch to talk to the Healy, but you still need the Healy.
Okay. Let's see. Kathy, I think Kathy pretty much, let's see, Kathy said, are you getting the upregulation that Raj is talking about, the Healy Gold? I'm wondering if you get this lower level device, if you get enough of the benefits. I am not understanding how they compare. I see the charts, but still not sure if the Gold will give you the benefits that you really need. You can touch on that, Raj, and Kathy, I will be happy to talk to you later on today as well.
Well, with the promo, you don't even have to worry about the gold because it's not offered.
Yeah.
So essentially, you'll get the holistic for the same price as the gold if you're in the system now. And so, but like I mentioned earlier, the gold comes with the 144,000 frequencies, which are all the frequencies that come with all the other programs. So you're just running through all the frequencies as you run the various programs. So you'll get tremendous benefit from the gold cycles. And as I mentioned, the gold cycles are the one you should start with from the get-go. And you know, take your time with it. Kind of be patient with your body. Your body needs time to process the information and work through various processes to start to open up and heal itself, so to speak.
So they were saying how you really should use those gold programs, like you said, every day, because you've got to get the toxins out. You've got to make that cell pliable. So that's kind of like the basics of getting your body to where, like I said, it's getting balanced, it's getting cleaned out, and it's able to be able to take the nurture and the frequencies in. Is that correct, Raj?
That's correct, absolutely.
Okay.
So the pure is the one you want to start with from the get-go, because that is the one that helps to get rid of the metabolic waste and the toxins out of the body. And you need to do that before you bring, as an example, if your cell membrane is locked up because it's toxic and can't get rid of waste properly, then it can't take in the nutrients. And so you're just wasting your money at that point.
Even with your supplements that you spend a fortune on.
Correct.
So yeah, and somebody asked, can it be used on Android and iPhone? Yes. What other phones? I think that if there's any phone that you can get downloads from, it should be able to work. Is that right, Raj? I'm not that.
Yeah, so Android and Apple, but I mean, I think 99% of the people on the call, probably all of them, either have one of the two. So those are the two dominant phones out there.
Anyone know the shipping time once it is ordered? I think they're going to be able to, get it out pretty quickly, because that 30 days does start from the day you order it. And we were supposed to be able to order this last Monday, but because of some legal issues with the World platform, they had to postpone it till this coming Friday. Kathy, I'll talk to you about what that question you have.
What they said was they have a good amount of devices already here in Utah, and that they had just cleared customs with another 1,000 watches just yesterday, got added to the amount. So they're hoping that they're going to be able to cover everybody who puts in their order on Monday, but it is going to be a first come, first serve. But those people that get them from the US will have them probably within 3 to 4 days. Those people that are going to be getting them from overseas, of course, it's going to take a little bit longer. But your 30 days start when it arrives.
Oh,
so they're sort of basing in the shipping idea. So they're giving that 3 or 5 days of shipping here, and then the 7 days or whatever for from over. So
that's awesome. And for those of you who might see 14 days in any of the programs that you look at, 14 days is the European, but America, and I believe it's India, you have 30 days. That's the legal. as a practitioner treating patients, can I use the Healy to treat various patients during the day? I would say yes on that. And that's what we're talking about. You can actually scan your clients when they come in. You can be able to quickly know the issues and drill down deep to be able to really take care of the issue. And if they have a Healy, then you're going to be able to give them the programs. It'll download onto their device, and they'll be able to do their treatments. Anything you want to add to that, Raj?
Yeah, actually, I do want to add one thing. So a great feature of the Healy is you can create customized programs. So the Heal Advisor search app, you could find a Healy or a time waiver practitioner, and they could actually design and deliver a specific customized frequency to you for your specific condition. And you'll have that on your Healy for as long as you have your Healy. So absolutely, this thing is customizable too. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. And there's other things that, like I said, we're going to have special strategic sessions with practitioners to talk about that. Can you upgrade the unit later if you buy the gold? Right now, if you get in before the 30th, you're going to be able to, you won't even get the gold. You're going to automatically get the upgrade. So you'll get let's just say $1,000 machine for $500. But we also have a program to where if you don't have the funds to be able to purchase it now, you can come in, just get in, okay? And then if you sell 3 devices, then you will make 8%. So you're still going to make something even though you didn't buy anything, and you will actually get a free Healy. So whoever invited you here, they will go over that with you. Is there a way to track the programs I would use with various patients, possibly until they may purchase one themselves? Absolutely. We have the medical cloud, so you'll be able to put all of that up there. Does the Bluetooth have an effect on the frequency delivery? I think we touched on that. You won't have to have the phone by you once it's downloaded onto your Healy. If the basic model has all 144,000 frequencies, then what is the point of getting programs? Do they have some kind of frequency sequence that gets downloaded? Please explain more about the programs. Thanks. So on that one, the list that I brought up with the programs, it had all the programs on there. If you take that and then you take the other page, and EDI will get that to you, it will show you what programs is on each one, and I'll have to share my screen. But you'll be able to see what programs are there. So the basic one has the 144,000 frequencies, but you'll be able to pick specifically, and if you have those, like the meridians, the protection, I can't roll off my head what it is, that comes with the upgrade for the other 3 upgrades. But do you want to touch on that, Raj?
Yeah, so essentially it allows you to dial in for a specific issue that you might have. Versus a generic program. So the goal cycles run through everything, and the body will take what it needs. But if you need special care for a particular issue or a particular system or organ, you want to be able to target directly, especially if time is an issue. Some of these programs will run from anywhere from 20 minutes to 60 minutes. So if you're limited on time and you can do a scan and say, okay, hey, we need to target your kidney, and you can run a kidney program directly.
And let me say, you don't have to be just sitting down for an hour. Most of us don't really have an hour just to lay down. You were able to put these on your body, either the straps, the ear clasp, the electrodes, or even like you said, you can just put it on and have like this biofield going. You can still, do your job, get up, walk around. If you're exercising, there is one for exercise, energy. They do, recommend actually wearing it with that. There's also one for weight loss. I'm very excited about that. It says, if business related, then these are likely depreciable tax write-offs too. Absolutely. When you come in, whatever you come in with, and you purchase it, then that is a tax write-off as the beginning, a startup of a business. So absolutely. Sherry says, is the Healy Gold adequate for bladder issues with the promo? If you buy a resonance and only sell 3 gold, does that qualify you for another resonance? I thought it was 3 gold. I believe that's true. Is that true, Raj?
Yeah, so if you come in with a resonance, you have 30 days to do 3 sales, whether they're a member or a customer. Doesn't matter if it's the gold, the holistic, holistic plus, or resonance, you will get upgraded and get a free resonance. So essentially, if you do that, you'll get 2 resonance, right? Let's just say it would be about $650 a piece is what you're getting it for. If you can, actually less than that, because you'll get commissioned as well on the sales that you made. So it would roughly be about $500 a piece, which is where everyone should be really going for. And you want more than one device, because if you have family members, guess what? They're going to want to use a Healy too. You may not want to give up your own. You don't let everyone use your cell phone. And so I think with the Healy, you're going to feel the same way. So I would shoot for the moon, go for the gold, or not for the gold, but go for the resonance. And that's what I am doing and encouraging everyone to do. It's just the best value with the promo. It just makes sense. And I have to say, it's very easy to share. I've been doing this for about a month, and within a month, I've developed a team of about 300 people plus. And so, as you can tell from just the sheer number and the sheer volume of interest, you shouldn't have a problem, even in these times, selling 3 units in 1 month.
Yes, that's a whole nother whole nother Zoom with the business part. It says here, is the Healy Gold adequate for bladder issues? So you can touch on this, Raj, but I will tell you, as a nurse working in emergency room, people would come in a lot of times. This is just an example. They'll, think they're having a heart attack, they're sweating, they got nausea, they've got all the symptoms, and we run all the tests on them, and it's a pretty bad acid reflux. So the brilliance with this machine is you might think you're having bladder issues, but it could be coming from a whole different area. So with the intuition and the sensor on this device, this technology, it's going to be able to tell you what the root cause is, that you need to take care of this first. It might be a blockage in one of your meridians, so I love that aspect of it. Just like the chiropractor, I know that there's chiropractors on here. People come to you and they're like, oh my gosh, my right knee is hurting so bad, and then when you do x-rays or you start feeling around on them, it's like, well, it's your left hip, that's really the problem, but you're compensating, and that's why your right knee's hurting. So I love the fact that this is literally going to tell you the issue. Raj, you want to take over on that one?
Well, fantastic job, Vanessa, and absolutely everything's connected. We are whole beings, and if one thing's off, and it's going to affect everything else. So to answer our question, the gold cycles will have all the frequencies, and some of the frequencies will be specific frequencies for your gallbladder.
Okay. Is the resonance the only model that someone can use to scan and know what programs they need to run, or can they have a lower model in the watch to do this? So I know the resonance is the only one that has the diagnostic capability. The other programs, you will pick the program, and like I said, it will analyze your body. Your body tells it what it needs, and it gives it to it. But Raj, you want to cut over that as well? Do you have something else?
You're correct in that. However, the DNA, the DNA app, the one that delivers nutrition to your body, has a separate scanning feature, but that does require a monthly fee. So that will, but what that's going to scan is not necessarily the programs. It's going to scan what supplementation you might need. So it's a little bit different, but that does have a scan option.
Okay. Synergize says, seems like the device holds programs already. So how often do we actually have to connect the device to a phone with Bluetooth?
So my understanding is when you want to use a different program, you're going to have to connect it and send over that program to the Healy. Once it's on the Healy, it's on the Healy, so you can run it multiple times without having to use the phone.
Okay. And what exactly is the end of the month, the next 3 days deadline for? What that is saying is you have to, if you come in by April 30th, you do not have to pay a sign-up fee, and you're going to be able to get these upgrades. So if you come in, you want the gold, and I'm just going to make it easy, $500 machine, you're going to automatically get the next level up, the Healy Holistic. So we're not even going to talk about gold, because you might pay the gold price, but you're going to automatically be upgraded. If you come in with the one higher, you're going to keep getting upgraded. That is the most wonderful, gracious promo, and that we think it ends on the 30th, but get back to whoever invited you. You know, and if there's, I know we got a text out and an email yesterday saying that we originally had to the 15th. Now it's to the 10th because of the delay with a legal issue, but just get in before the 30th, because I believe that's the last time we can do the upgrades. And Tammy was supposed to cover that, y'all, and she's not able to get on. So that's why I say, get back with whoever invited you. We will have that answer for you. She was going to tell us about it. But do you know anything, Raj? Go ahead.
Something on that.
Okay.
So it's absolutely free to get in right now. So all you got to do is you input your information. It's basic info, name, phone number, email, address, username, password, and you're in the system. You have a ready-made business that you paid nothing for a year. So you have three options at that point. You'll get a coupon code, which you can utilize. So if you want, you could become a customer, but you'll take advantage of the discounted price. So that's a great benefit. Number two, if you decide, hey, you want to run with it, you can. You already have a ready-made business that you have paid nothing for to start, and you have other people that are going to help you build that. And number three is you could absolutely do nothing, and if you do nothing, guess what? You lose nothing. So it's a no-brainer to get yourself in the system today, regardless of how you feel or what you think about it. If you need time to think or whatever, or research, you can do that. Just get in the system first and make sure you get that coupon code. Make sure you don't have to pay the €50 business fee, and you can take it from there. It's really that simple. Oftentimes people kind of maybe overthink things, and I'm a man of action, and I call for all of you here today to take action, because the timing is perfect, and the timing is for you to take action today.
I just want to clarify, Dr. Colleen said, will people be able to order devices online without someone as a rep selling it to them? No, they have to go through a rep. This is a network marketing company. They will not be able to buy it online unless they go through the person's website, the rep's website. So you just have to sell 3 devices to get the free device. You don't have to purchase one. That is correct, Holly. Be sure you get back with the person who invited you. Are the ear electrodes allowed in the U.S.? They said no, but that's why I said don't worry about that. I actually have a site where you can order things. I just want to make for sure that it fits with the Healy, but we will know more about that a little later. And let's see, I lost my chat here. What kind of certification do I need to use this with clients? You do not have to have a certification of any kind. You're not treating them. The machine is reading their body. And it's delivering the frequencies that your body needs.
And there's an academy in the back office, by the way.
Yes, it's Academy for Business, and there's an academy for the products. Okay, all right, I think that's everything. So thank you so much for everyone coming this morning. We might have another one this week. We're going to try to. Be sure and look at your messenger, the Facebook. Our new Facebook page is no longer Team Electroceuticals. It is called Frequency for Life. If you are not on our messenger app, Healy World, ask the person who sponsored you to add you to those. And that keeps us informed, because our team is growing so fast, and it's just hard to get everything down to people, but that's what we want to do. We want to provide every one of you with the tools that you need to support you to be able to help your friends, your families, and to help people with their health and also with their wealth, because it does go hand in hand. So thank you again so much, and get back with the person who invited you. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Dr. Lisa. Thank you, Tammy. Good day.
Okay.